Hello and welcome to all our viewers. I'm your host Damini Basu, back again with yet another video on a very new topic. That's right, if the ongoing India versus England Test series has you intrigued enough, it is definitely catching news and making headlines for all the most exciting and right reasons. The very recent one being the addition of some very exciting and young talents into the Indian squad. And today's video will be presenting to you the story of one such rising star who has just been included into the Indian Test side. So brace yourselves if you didn't already know about the motto of the Indian Premier League, which says when talent meets opportunity. The commentators have done a very fine job of drilling it into everyone's consciousness ever since its inception. The motto, however, is not without good reason. Of course, it is important to mention because while this cash-rich Indian league has brought very fat paychecks for some of the most brightest and biggest names in world cricket, it has also turned out to be a very big and real career opportunity and catapulter for some of the rising and budding Indian cricketers who now have something to aim at other than that very almost impossible Indian berth. Now, one such cricketer who has successfully used this catapult is the 30-year-old right-handed batter from Madhya Pradesh. That's right, we are talking about Rajat Patidar. So now if you are intrigued enough to know as to how Rajat has managed to make himself a name, though he's rising, but still to some extent has made himself a name in Indian cricket and gradually progressing to make himself quite a big name in international cricket. Stay tuned till the very end of this video like a true and ecstatic cricket fan. That's right, this is your channel. Welcome to CricXtasy. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel to stay updated regarding any sort of news on cricket in and around the world, and also like and share the video as much as possible. Without further ado, let's start the video. So, for starters, let's begin by saying that how did Rajat Patidar enter the world of cricket? So Patidar began his international career, or let's go back to the time when he started domestic cricket. Rajat Patidar began his cricketing journey as a fast bowler but had to switch to off spin in order to find a spot in junior cricket. Now, this is a do you know fact for many fans out there. This is a trivia question, so if you want, you can just note it down that that's right, he didn't start off as a batter, but he started off as a bowler. But why did he then completely go on to become a full-time batter? Why did he completely give up batting? Was because after going through an ACL reconstruction in his right knee in 2014, Patidar took to batting more seriously under the tutelage of former Indian batter Amay Khuraria and began to rise through the ranks and has become a key member of the Madhya Pradesh cricket side over the last couple of years. His T20 numbers are exceptional with the batting average of 37.27 and a striking rate of an impressive 148.55 from 50 games, including one century and the best of 112 not out. Now, Chandrakant Pandit, one of the very renowned faces in Indian cricket, especially very much renowned, especially in Indian cricket, to be a very quality guide, a very good teacher, a very good coach in the domestic circuit. He has been renowned for brushing up and spotting some very talented cricketers in the domestic circuit. He has had a very interesting take on this young Rajat Patidar. Now, since both Chandrakant Pandit and Rajat Pandit are involved with Madhya Pradesh cricket, so it became very easy for the veteran cricketer to deeply scrutinize Patidar and polish his skills. His composure has impressed Pandit. Now, Pandit's old school coaching methods have often had divided opinions, with some saying that too much interference into any cricketer who is getting brushed up in order to express himself, to grow and then slowly start playing professional cricket and then international cricket might just jeopardize and hamper his natural instincts. But many are of the opinion, many are in favor of Chandrakant Pandit's ways of teaching. They say that he's not interfering too much. Rather, he is keeping a very good watch, a very good, we could say, a radar or a scanner on each and every player to ensure that not even for a single second does any cricketer get distracted by any reason whatsoever, for any factor whatsoever, and is always focused, which will enable that particular cricketer to, as fast as possible, brush up their skills and prepare themselves for the international level when they slowly and steadily mature in both in their mentally and physicality. So even though he's produced results, it wouldn't be wrong to say that he has produced some very quality names in international cricket. Under his tutelage, many young cricketers are today some very important names in Indian cricket. But for someone as hard-nosed as Pandit, now this is a very important part, to say that he simply let Patidar be speaks volumes about the player's maturity. Now this is the interesting part where we are saying that Chandrakant Pandit is someone who loves to always keep that hawk eye on his disciples. He on his part has said that since Rajat Patidar is such a matured cricketer, he's always so calm and composed. He's not always that someone who's busy talking or saying, yeah, I've understood this. He's willing to learn, and he's such a quick learner. So this makes Chandrakant Pandit's work very easily, and on his part, Pandit decided that why not I just let the kid be himself. So being himself will also enhance and encourage Patidar to showcase his natural skills as fast as possible, and also will help him to mature, grow, and very fast make himself a name to be reckoned when India always has to make that senior team, that much anticipated senior team every time for any ICC event or any international high profile international series. Now coming back to Rajat Patidar, well, always it was not a fairy tale journey for him, as they say that whenever someone is willing to be that very quote unquote successful person, that person's journey can never ever be devoid of struggles and setbacks, and that was exactly what Rajat Patidar's journey until now to fame was. It was never devoid of injuries and personal struggles. So firstly, it was that Patidar made his IPL debut in 2021 for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, but his returns were not something to write home about. That's right, he did face massive struggles initially in his career when he began to play international cricket professionally, because he ended up scoring just 71 runs in 4 innings at an average of 17.75, very, very below par when it comes to comparing it with international standards, and a strike rate of less than 120. He was released next season as a result. He failed to grab hold onto his position to be retained by the RCB next season. But fate wasn't done with him yet. 4 days after finding no takers in the IPL of 2022, he commenced the 2021-22 Ranji season with twin 50s on a ranked turner against Gujarat to help Madhya Pradesh win despite conceding a first innings lead. He was a major contributor in MP's victory over Gujarat in such a difficult pitch. He was in the middle of planning his wedding. Now comes the time when even his personal life started taking a massive setback. Even his professional life started taking a toll on his personal life as well, because he was to get married, and unfortunately in the month of May, just the day he was to get married, the previous day, he got a call from Mike Hesson, who was then the coach of RCB. And Mike Hesson calls up Rajat Patidar to say that he is to join the RCB as an injury replacement for Luvnith Sisodia. And within 24 hours, that's right, mark the date, the next day he was to get married. He called off his wedding, postponed his wedding date, and within 24 hours of that call, he had to postpone and set off for IPL 2022, where he wasn't even in recommendation, wasn't even in consideration for any franchise. Now he was directly into the RCB franchise, where he became the first and capped Indian to hit a century in a playoff game. Fortune smiled on him this time as he went on to enjoy a stellar season, as he went on to score triple 3 runs. That's right, 333 runs in 8 innings, averaging 55.50 and striking at over an impressive From below 120, he jumped to a massive over 152. So perhaps his personal life, that beautiful day, that wedding day had to be postponed, but he made the most of it by brushing off his professional life. Professionally, he shined and outshined and made the most out that opportunity provided to him in just 24 hours. And even after such a stellar season, for a major part of 2023, he was forced away from cricket due to once again an unfortunate Achilles injury that required surgery in London. But he recovered and came back towards the latter part of 2023 and started performing in domestic cricket again. Now, despite so many setbacks, why and how Rajat Patidar manages to still climb up the ladder? It's very simple for him. The motto is quite simple for him. His fearless and dedicated attitude of never bogging down. Patidar's fearless stroke play in the IPL as well as his consistent performances at the domestic level earned him an Indian call-up. His hard work definitely paid off when he got an Indian call-up in October 2022 for the home ODI series versus South Africa. Strangely, however, even after receiving a call-up, Patidar failed to get a single game in that series. But he was included in the squad for the ODI tour to South Africa in December 2023, and there he made his international debut. He scored only 22 runs in the third ODI, but it was a pretty effective one, even though quite brief. In that very limited performance, he showed what he was pretty much capable of. So not always it is important whenever you get an opportunity that you have to prove yourself by scoring that century or that half century, but even a modest 10 or a 15 or a 20 can help you prove what you are pretty much capable of. And in that series as well, Rajat Patidar made the most out of that limited opportunity given to him. Now the good news, the shining moment is that fast forward to current times, what sets apart Rajat Patidar from his other domestic counterparts is his defiant attitude of never giving up, never say die. And it wouldn't be wrong to say that his hard work has definitely borne him some very good fruit, because on 24th January 2024, that is on the eve of the opening test between India versus England in this 5-match test series, Rajat Patidar received the thrilling news that he had been called up to replace the legendary, one of the most consistent cricketers, one of the best batters of the modern day era in international cricket. That's right, Virat Kohli. Now, if this decision, of course, I perhaps can make out from some of you viewers out there that if this decision might have raised some of your eyebrows as to Virat Kohli being replaced by Rajat Patidar, then let me inform you, and it is quite important for all our viewers to know that recently Rajat Patidar had appeared for India A and scored a 151 against England Lions in Ahmedabad. He had also scored a triple 111 in the practice match before that. In fact, he has been very consistent with his performances for India A. The right-handed batter is currently in his top form, which would help the hosts in the upcoming test series against England. And this also explains why the management decided out of all the cricketers to spot Rajat Patidar and give him a replacement call in place of the legendary Virat Kohli. So, it wouldn't be wrong to say that life can throw a curveball always in many forms to anybody. And for Rajat Patidar, he has experienced a range of emotions that professional sport can subject one to. With Virat Kohli not playing, KL Rahul and Ravindra, Jadeja ruled out with injuries, there is high chances, there is most likely that Rajat Patidar might just be able to make his test debut in the second test, which will be commencing in a few days. And the Madhya Pradesh player's maiden entry into the Indian test team is, however, bearing a huge testament to the country's outstanding domestic structure that produces battle-hardened professionals relentlessly and rewards them for their consistency and positive temperament and that never say die attitude. So with this, we come to the end of this video, and this was the fairy tale story of the young and rising and shining Rajat Patidar. And we from CricXtasy wish him all the very best, that he does get a game for himself in this ongoing test match series between India and England, and manages to prove his mettle in the ongoing series. But this was on our end. You as a viewer, we leave it to you viewers to use the comment section in this video as much as possible to share your best wishes, share your messages of hope, share your messages of gratitude, and how do you feel Rajat Patidar's story has impressed you. Have you been inspired or not? And do not forget to wish him best of luck. Use the comment section to share your messages with Rajat Patidar, and also let us know, do you look forward to seeing Rajat Patidar make his debut in the purest form of game in the upcoming test matches, any of the test matches? Let's just say perhaps in the second test match when India locks horns with England again. And with this, I'll conclude this video here. Thank you so much for joining, for staying, for listening and watching this video till the very end. And like a true cricket fan, like a true ecstatic cricket fan, this is your channel CricXtasy. Do not forget to subscribe and press that bell icon for all the latest updates. We promise you to bring all the latest updates in cricket in India or around the world. We promise you to bring you the latest updates. And do not forget to like and share this video as much as possible, and I'll be back with another video on a very fresh new topic. Also, if you want any particular topic which we should be covering for you, do let us know in the comments. Until then, I'll take your leave. It's goodbye.